2 more minutes so that everybody can join.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Danvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Welcome to Dridha Bhakti Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji.
Pranav, can we just play for a minute Kirtan before everybody could join? I don't want anyone to miss.
Yes, Mataji.
Just you have 2 minutes. Just keep for 2 minutes and then you can off it.
Yes, Mataji. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, Dimanta, over to you.
Hare Krishna. Today we have a guest speaker, His Grace Jagan Jeevan Prabhu. Jagan Jeevan Prabhu, also known as Jagan Prabhu, is one of the greatest leaders in Damodar Desh. Jagan Jeevan Prabhu helps a lot of Krishna conscious devotees in preaching sessions and also other presentations, and also gives and also one of the preaching sessions and all other he helps to all other devotees. And one of the main point of Jagan Prabhu I like is he is where he encourages everyone. He encourages everyone. Like me, example, I when I went to his Bhakti Vriksha class, he encourages me for the Kirtan. And then he calls me the English professor just for the translation. I should not be called like that, but just like that. And also, Jagan Prabhuji is pioneer for his Ramadan classes. He conducts a lot of Ramadan classes, and Prabhuji is one of the main people, which one of the main people in Damodar Desh Yatra. One of the main people in Damodar Desh Yatra, and Jagan Prabhuji is also the disciple of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, and was in ISKCON before us many years ago. And Jagan Prabhuji is involved in some Bhakti Vriksha programs, Shastric studies coordination, and also involved in worker ashram programs. So with this, I would conclude Jagan Prabhuji's, and also Jagan Prabhuji is also important for his IDC courses. Hare Krishna. With that, I'll conclude it.
Hare Krishna, Dimanta, thank you very much. Yes, I have the opportunity of having very long association with His Grace Jagjiva Jagannath Prabhu. And I'll just summarize. He is a great mentor, true Grihastha, role model for everybody, very calm, methodical, systematic, and a true leader to be followed. So then I've learned many things while like I interacted with him deeply on 3 yatras and many things to learn. And today he agreed, like he told that he's trying something new for the age group of the children. And I'm eager and curious to hear along with all of you. So welcome His Grace Jagjiva Jagannath Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshul Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangrum Langete Girim Yat Kripatam Vande Shri Gurum Dinataram. Hare Krishna, a warm welcome to all of Dridha Bhakti devotee children. I'm very, very, very happy to be here with you to spend about 45 minutes. And I also thank a lot the organizers for giving me this opportunity, a wonderful opportunity, I would say, to be with you, young devotees, from whom I also take a lot of inspiration, seeing your sincerity, your Krishna conscious levels, your commitment to learn so many things to improve your devotional life, amazing. You are under the care of wonderful teachers. You should be very fortunate and grateful about them. And today we will try to learn something. I'll basically share what I have learned from certain things in life. I'm not forcing you on that onto you, but I'll just like to share my experiences. If you like those teachings, if you like those learnings, try to understand them and try to make a part of your life. I feel very confident that it might help you as well. So before coming to the session, we had given a pre-poll survey. We have distributed to all of you. I think 36 of you have participated. A very big thanks to you, because of which I'm able to prepare and fine-tune whatever I'm going to present today. One of the questions that was asked was in Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Brahmaji prays to Lord Shri Krishna, whom did Brahma glorify specifically? Quite a few of you answered as Vasudeva. Actually, he has glorified Krishna's friends, cowherd boys and cowherd girls. We will talk about the shloka and we'll try to connect what is the relevance of this shloka to you, Dridha Bhakti children. And there was another question that was asked on the devotional service. Should we start it at what age? From the teachings of Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad is also like you, a very young person, a devotee, great devotee at an young age. He should be one of your role models. As the Dridha Bhakti children, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, these are the role models for everybody. But you as children also can relate much more to him. And everybody, most of you have answered it correct. Big thanks a lot. Prahlad Maharaj wanted us to start our devotion life as early as age 5. And the next thing that I have asked, which is in connection with today's session, am I clear about what I want to become in future? Some of you said yes, some of you said somewhat yes. That's a wonderful thing. Some of you said no. For those people, all of us, particularly for those people who have said no, probably it's a good opportunity for us to get some idea about it. So if I know what I want to become in life, am I clear about that? Am I clear about what should I do to get to what I want to get? Is that, and most of you said yes, that's very, very good. Some devotees have said somewhat yes, fantastic. So we'll try to further consolidate these points. And then if you know what to do, if you know your goals, if you know what to do we have right skills and knowledge and competencies to meet the challenges? Most of you said yes, that's very good. That is from I can't philosophy to I can do it philosophy. So you're all good devotees. You're all in the very enthusiastic people. So I was expecting these answers. So very big thanks to you for this. And today, that's with this background in mind, we will now go to a session today. So I wanted to start this session to let you know. I'm sure other devotees in your Bhakti Rukshas or Dridha Bhakti classes also, this point would have come over and over again. Srila Prabhupada had a very, very special relationship with children, and he loved children, and children like you all people, the devotees who are in the Krishna consciousness at a very right age, a young age, and Prabhupada had a very deep love and affection for all of you. So this is the thing that I want one of you to read before I get into who should read it, because I do not want to take any chances of taking the names, because I know some of you. So I would give, I'm using something which I've never used before, but let's see how it works out. So on your screens now, in few seconds, you should be seeing a fortune wheel, right? You're all seeing that?
Yes, Prabhu.
There's a bit of a lag, but these are the two wheel of fortunes that we will be using it. So before I go there, I'll again go back to my presentation. So can someone read this part? Anyone from, okay, before, sorry, I missed it, sorry. Okay, I'm going to spin the wheel. Whoever name comes, he will be the person who will be reading.
My name is not in the wheel.
Oh, okay. What's the name?
These are only girls.
These only girls. These only girls. First is girls.
Oh, acha. Oh, I didn't realize that.
Vaishnavi Radhika is there? She's there?
This is Vaishnavi Radhakrishnan from Gauranga Group.
She's there?
No.
Vaishnavi Radhakrishnan from Gauranga Group?
Prabhuji, she's not there.
Okay, no problem. Shreya is there?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, welcome. Welcome, Shreya. So basically, you read this, whatever is there.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yep.
Srila Prabhupada loves children. I may inform you that all our children born of the Krishna consciousness parents, they are welcome, and I want 100 of children like that. Because in future, we expect to change the face of the whole world, because child is the father of man.
Thank you, Shreya. Thanks a lot. So Srila Prabhupada is saying, because in future, we expect to change the face of the whole world. And you are going to play a fantastic role in that change process. You are going to become the Srila Prabhupada instruments in changing the face of the whole world. And then Srila Prabhupada said, child is the father of man. He has used a kind of a proverb. So Shreya, just if you know what is the statement, you have heard this before, you can tell. I want all of you either to take your pen and paper or in the chat box, try to write, what do you understand by the child is the father of man? whatever you understand. Don't think too much. Whatever you can generally understand from child is the father of man. You just put it in a very brief things. We'll quickly examine whatever you have put as we move along. Shreya, you would like to share something about what you know about this?
I don't know that much actually.
Okay, very good, no problem. So this is a line from a poem written by a famous poet called William Wordsworth. He was living in 18th century, I think 1802. He has written a poem called Rainbow, in which he has used this line as an optimistic statement, saying that whatever, you listen to this carefully, whatever characteristics, whatever the values and principles that child imbibes in him at a tender age will actually shape him as a man. So if good qualities, good principles get into our heart at an young age, these will carry and mold us when we grow elder, when we become elderly. Yeah. So that's why Prahlad Maharaj also telling Kaumara Acharet Prajna. So it's very important at a child at an young age, we need to imbibe good qualities. And you, as I told in the beginning of the class, you are very lucky to be in such an association with nice teachers and organizers of Dridha Bhakti. So all the good things are getting imbibed in you. So there is no doubt that as Srila Prabhupada is predicting, that you will be the big force of ISKCON, will be changing the whole face of the world to inundate it with Krishna consciousness and good values. Yeah. So child is the father of the man means whatever we imbibe as a child, as we grow up, actually these things will carry and expand. If we get into the bad things, it will also get into we become, our nature is directed by that. That's reason why whenever somebody is caught doing a crime, the police, when they do the investigation, the first thing they check is how was his childhood, how was her childhood. When they do the criminal investigation, they see, because that's a very clear indication to them what has this child learned when he was young, so that is making him to do this, and how can we reform him now. So child is the father of the man is a very important thing. Thanks, Shreya. Now we will go to another section of the code, which is also important. Before that, I will run this wheel again. This time for the boys, and then we'll go to the code. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Ooh.
Siddharth is there?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, most welcome, Siddharth.
Hare
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling happy, Prabhuji.
Very good. So you are very lucky. Wheel of Fortune has caught you first. Okay. So,
Yes.
Okay, now you read this.
Just like this child, she has taken birth having Vaishnava father and mother. So she must have been a Vaishnava or a Vaishnava in her previous life. Because this is an opportunity from all our children, those who are born of a Vaishnava father, mother, they are very, very fortunate. From the very beginning of life, they are hearing Hare Krishna Mahamantra. They're associating with Vaishnava, chanting, dancing, imitation, or fact. It doesn't matter. So they are very, very fortunate children.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So you are also very fortunate because you have taken in a family where your parents and your friends are all Krishna consciousness, and you're also progressing well in the Krishna consciousness. You're all chanting. And the fact that even during the lockdown period like this, you're all enthusiastically attending the Krishna conscious classes is a very, very encouraging thing. The way you read Siddharth was very, very good. You would like to say anything, one or two words about what you have read? What did you like in this?
Like we should not take it like whatever we have, this human birth, and like the fact that we were born in a Vaishnava family and from childhood we are hearing Hare Krishna Mahamantra and learning slokas and doing this is actually good for us, and we should make the best out of this, and we should spread the message.
Fantastic, Siddharth. Very, very good. So that's the reason why, since you are all very accomplished children, You are the children devotees who are inspiring elders like us. I have named this today's presentation called Tare Zameen Par. Tare Zameen Par in English means like
That's a
stars on earth.
Prabhuji, that's a movie, right?
Yes, that's a movie. Yes, exactly. The title is taken from a movie, I must admit. But the focus is like stars on earth, because I consider whole yatra consider you as the real stars, little stars, twinkle twinkle little stars, who are going to, as Srila Prabhupada has said, was going to change and influence a big change in the face of the earth by inundating Krishna consciousness, because you are getting groomed and you're so well getting all the things that are needed for you to become a very blossomed, very well matured, rounded devotee. So that's the reason why this whole session is dedicated to you all people, all the little stars and all the like stars on earth, all the like stars on the earth of Damodar Desh. So kindly now allow me to proceed with whatever I want to say, again with a very, very humble obeisances, blessings, good wishes to all of the young Dridha Bhakti children who are in this class. So why you are Tare Zameen Par to me, personally to me, why are you like stars on the earth? Even though I did give some reasons. So Srila Prabhupada has taught us whatever we speak, that has to be substantiated with a praman. It has to have a reference. Whole of his teachings are like that, and that is the power of ISKCON. So same way, even though I told quite a few things about you, I want to share with you a shloka as a pramanic evidence that why I consider you also like stars on earth. Aho bhagyam nanda gopa vrajaukasam yanmitram paramanandam purnam brahma sanatanam. Aho bhagyam nanda gopa vrajaukasam yanmitram paramanandam purnam brahma sanatanam. This is one of the prayers of Lord Brahma. He once steals cowherd boys and cowherd girls and keeps them for quite a long time, and he realizes that he did not do the right thing. He comes to Krishna apologetically and glorifies Krishna. While glorifying Krishna, he says, how greatly fortunate are Nanda Maharaj, the cowherd, men, and all the other inhabitants of Rajabhumi. There is no limit to their good fortune, because the absolute truth, the source of transcendental bliss, the eternal supreme Brahman, has become their friend. Just like the way you are also friends of Lord Krishna, because you are in Krishna consciousness from a very young age. Just like the way Brahma is telling that the cowherd men and cowherd boys, girls are so dear to Krishna, and that's why they're he said that they're very fortunate, greatly fortunate, aho bhagyam. So like that, since you're also in the right path, so that's why for me, you are also a star on the earth. So here Brahma, the creator of this universe himself, glorifying the position of the friends of Lord Krishna. Brahma himself is a person to be exalted, is an exalted devotee. He is a creator, but still he himself, he's saying that, oh, the friends of Krishna are very, very fortunate. And that's why you should always be grateful to the environment that is making you remember Lord Krishna and making you to be friend of Krishna, in the mood of friend of Krishna. And the next shloka is Prahlad Maharaj himself is saying, Kaumara acharet pragnyo dharman bhagavataniha durlabham manusham janma tadapi adhritam arthadam. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, one who is sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of body from the very beginning of life. In other words, from the tender age of childhood to practice the activities of devotional service, giving up all other engagements, the human body is most rarely achieved. And although temporary like other bodies, it is meaningful because in human life, one can perform devotional service. Even a slight amount of sincere devotional service can give one complete perfection. So Prahlad Maharaj is telling that we should start our devotional journey at an young age, because the life, getting a human form of life is very rare. And I would really say that getting a human form of life and to be in Damodar Desh is also a rarity. Yeah, so we must make use of the facility very well. Siddharth was very, very rightly, he was right on the point that he said that he has to make use of the best of the opportunity. Even Prahlad Maharaj is also telling the same thing. However, even though we are saying, I'm saying that your little stars are earth, like stars on earth, there is something that we need to do to remain where we are and to improve. The modern world is telling us that you have to run twice as fast as you can to remain where you are. Please remember this statement. You have to run twice as fast as you can to remain at least where you are. Otherwise, you are lost. So in this way, even though we may be having a very good environment, you may be having a very good environment, you should also know how you can continue to be Tare Zamin Par, like stars on earth, as you grow and grow and grow to become much more mature and much more full-fledged, well-rounded devotees. So this is the topic of today. First, glorification of Tare Zamin Par, the stars on the earth, and then learning some few things on how to remain as Tare, as stars on earth. Okay, all of you, I'm sure this picture should not be very unfamiliar to you. I hope your parents are not watching this program. All of you, this photograph you see, a child is being bombarded with saying something, don't do. And child is said, oh my God, stop it. Let me do what I want to do. And there are some parents who want their kids in full control and they want to be the best. And some children, parents always want the children to excel. But they don't see that. Is this, can anyone volunteer to say yes or no to this situation?
No, Prabhuji.
No?
No, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji,
No, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Papa
Yeah.
mostly tells me that I can do whatever I want to.
Good. So you are lucky because
Except for
you're all parents of your parents are devotees. But let's see the next picture, and then you see whether what I'm saying is right or wrong. See this picture. One side of the box where you are in the satsang. So your parents want you to do very good kirtan. They want you to learn shlokas. They want to be good in cooking. And summer camp, I think even before also, they are teaching you so many things about cooking, so much of knowledge overload. And they also want you to do physical service. And they want to be good in painting. They want you to be good in taking classes. And they also want you to do GD worship and so on and so forth. And over and top of it, they want you to attend all the programs. Damodar Desh, programs, always. They want you to attend all the programs. And on top of it, they want you to be good in studies. They want to be good in sports. They want you to be good in everything. So this is the kind of a thing that happens in many of the communities. I've seen in other parts of the other yatras. I've even seen in children communities in Canada. I've seen children communities in US. So it is a constant pressure that children do face. I'm not trying to say anything about parents. Parents, natural love and affection that is causing them to make you do this. At least even though they may not externally tell, their expectations are that every parent will definitely agree that they want their kid to be good in all of these. So this kind of a thing puts pressure on you. And that's where we need to understand that what can we do to remain where we are, to still be known as stars on earth. If you are good in some of these, good in all of these, well, definitely you are a star of earth, a star on earth. So balancing is a big act between spiritual and material challenges. Balance the spiritual and material challenges is a big challenge. So we will try to see today 2 or 3 important techniques through which we can achieve that balance. Any comments so far? Anyone wants to comment?
Prabhuji, for that, the parent pressure thing.
Yeah. Can you tell your name and then talk so that I can get, and switch on your video if possible.
Prabhuji, can you see me?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay,
Hi,
so,
Hare Krishna. Yes,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So mostly my parents don't force me to do anything much, but they just kind of sometimes make me do my chanting. Other than that, they don't really force me to anything.
Very good. You are very lucky. Fine, Hare Krishna. That's good. That's good. But it is a general thing I'm talking about. I'm saying, not saying everybody goes through this, but generally this is the situation in life. We need to balance somewhere or other. Even if your parents do not put pressure. So there are two words that I've used. Even if your parents do not put pressure, where is the pressure will come from? To you on from your own friends, your own peers. They indirectly put pressure, or you take the pressure because you think that you also have to be as good as them. And then there's a lot of pressure that comes balancing between material life and a spiritual life. Parents may not put, but peers definitely put. And that's why children have this issue. Okay. So whenever there is a situation in our life where there is a challenge for us to decide what is correct and what is wrong, in order to go where we want to go, we should remember this very good statement. Things that matter most should not be at the mercy of things that matter least. Okay? Things that matter most should not be at the mercy of things that matter least. This is one of the very key takeaways of today. This quotation comes in a book called Watering the Seed by His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj. In one of the chapters, Maharaj is discussing with the devotees who was telling Maharaj that there are so many things to do in the devotional life. So they say that it's very difficult to manage time. If they do the service for the temple, they go on Sankirtan, they go on to do deity worship, they cannot finish round. If they finish the rounds, they cannot do that. So they were telling Maharaj, and so Maharaj simply has taken a reference from Bible. It's a biblical quote, and Maharaj has quoted this. He said, make this a mantra of your life. Things that matter most should not be the mercy of things that matter least. So in your chat boxes, if you can just quickly, one or two things you think that are matter most to you, and what things that you think that do matter least to you, you can do that. So again, I repeat this statement: things that matter most should not be at the mercy of things that matter least. That means whatever is most important to us is what we need to capture, and that is where we need to spend most of our time and energy. Things that matter least can wait for some time, and we can give them some time, but they should not influence the things that matter most. But often what happens, particularly in those children who are not well directed, the priorities get reversed. Things that matter least will become most priority, and things that matter most will get relegated to a down priority, and that's why they suffer later in their life. So remember this, and now we will make a small interactive thing.
Prabhuji?
Yep.
Is this statement the same as things that you buy which is unnecessary will get filled up in your house, but you can't buy the things that is necessary?
Fantastic. May I know your name, please?
Darsh.
Very good. Excellent. Yeah. There's also a very nice video on if you want to put fill the glass with stones. If you just put small stones, you can, then there's very limited space for bigger stones, bigger pebbles. But if you put the bigger pebbles in the beginning, then the smaller pebbles and the sand can automatically go and seep in. So a very, very good example. So now the first part is that things that matter most. So I will rotate the wheel. Whoever devotee, girl devotee comes up, she should be able to speak about that aspect. And next will be things that matter least. And I also request whoever is coming, you also keep your chat box active. So at the end of it, I'll try to look at it. I hope we'll have that. I'll get that space of time to do that. But I'll quickly run through this. Vanishka, are you there?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you. Congratulations, Vanishka. You got an opportunity to speak. Welcome you. And you please switch on your video and then speak on what did you understand, and what do you think that what are the most things that matter most to you?
Yes, Prabhu. Wait 1 minute.
Yep.
Prabhu, should I start?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yes.
Prabhu, I think the things which matter most to me is doing chanting, because when I do chanting, I do well in other things like studies and all. And chanting is not just because of I don't do chanting just to get good marks and all. I do chanting because I like it.
Good.
Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
What can I do?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu,
Vaibhavi, can you quickly switch on your video? If you're there, quickly switch on and say a few words about. Yes, Vaibhavi. Is she there?
Prabhuji, I don't think so.
Okay, fine, no problem. We'll have one more thing. Nikita is there? Nikita is there? Congratulations, Nikita.
Yes, Prabhu, I'm here.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, welcome. Dandavat Pranam. Yeah, things that matter most. What do you want to say for us? What do you want us to learn from that?
Prabhu, I think that the things that should matter the most is obviously our Krishna consciousness and our studies. Like we should do our chanting and we should prepare for our exams because that's the most important for us right now.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Fine, thanks, Nikita. So now we will go to boy devotees. Aditya, you're there?
Yes.
Yes. Switch on your video if it's possible, and then quickly tell what you learn from things that matter least.
Prabhuji, least is your material desires.
Oh, wow.
And your sense gratification.
Why? Yeah, you're telling from what you have read or what you experience and what you strongly believe.
Prabhuji.
Good. Thanks. So we'll take one more devotee. Anirudh.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. You can switch on. Yeah. So Anirudh, what do you learn from things that matter least? And I also want you to tell overall what did you learn from these things that matter most should not be at the mercy of things that matter least. Are you willing to take up this principle in your life? Can you quickly tell all of us?
Okay, so
if you can switch on the video, it'll be good if possible. It's
Prabhu,
optional.
I just switched on my video.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I'm able to see that. Very good.
Yeah. So things that matter the least are like kind of like as he said, like we enjoying like what like we want and all, and sometimes it's even okay to like enjoy, but then things that we want like we can use them even in Krishna's service, like many things that we can do. And the other question that things that matter less, like things that matter more should not be in the mercy of things that matter less. Like I agree with that because. Many times what happens is sometimes like people get stressed up with what all things happen and then they don't do what they like at times, so that should not happen. And yeah, and I will agree to like take this principle.
Very good. So we'll have one more person and then Ananta. Ananta is there? Is Ananta there? Is he there?
Prabhu is there.
Yeah, quickly. Get on to the video, get on to say what you understand from this statement. Quick, Ananta. There are some chat messages. Is okay. Ananta, are you there? Hare Krishna. Hi, Ananta. Okay,
He's
fine.
there, Prabhuji.
Yeah, but why is he not talking?
He's talking, but I don't think anyone can hear it.
Ah, okay.
Prabhuji is saying I'm talking, Prabhuji, in the chat.
So he's
in this
talking, but
chat.
we can't
Okay.
hear him.
Okay, fine. So let's move on for the lack of time. So this is the most important thing. Things that matter most should not be at the mercy of things that matter least. I request you to kindly remember this. And in all the conflicting things in life, at different points in time, as you move along, there will be time to decide, is this the most important? Is this least important? Sometimes we get into, when even in the devotional life, we do something and some people criticize us, right? Some people say something on our back, some people say something which we don't like it. So sometimes what happens is those simple comments of somebody will make us so bad and so low that we keep on brooding, and we again share with somebody. So in those kind of a difficult times, challenging times, like Anirudh has told, we have to see whether if some person has criticized me, for example, for whatever I've done, whatever I'm trying to do my best. So I should take it in a say that, does it really matter to me? My goal is to improve further. My goal is to do devotional service to the best of ability. If somebody is trying to hurt me, if I get hurt, that is the very least important thing for me. I'm just giving an example. So we can apply to this principle in many forms in life. So somebody, a friend or somebody is calling for something, which may be a least important thing at that point in time, considering that there is something most important to do. So in this way, the ability to very nicely discriminate on what should be done and what is our objective. For that objective, what are the most important things and how we should align our life to achieve that. This simple line has got a very deep meaning, and you can continue to live with this. And whenever there's a conflict, you refer to this line. Somewhere you'll get a good guidance to take, and that guidance will be good guidance because it's based on an intellect and is based on a saying that is coming from a scripture. So it has got a lot of meaning. So after this, we'll now move to another very good principle in life. So I'm going to briefly present to you a book which has inspired me a lot. Of course, I read it when I'm about 40 years old, quite late in my life in that sense. But 20 years have passed, but I will never forget this book, because this book has given me a lot in my life. It's only about 70-page book, and the hero of the book, the main character of the book, is a child. A child is asking an elderly person about some wonderful things in life that an elderly person has learned, and that elderly person, as a parable, it's not a real life story, it's a parable. And the conversation between the elderly man and the child is what is presented in this book. I kindly recommend that book to you at some point in time. You all must read it. Why this book is important? Because the name of the book is called The Present. Present means two things, right? When you do something good, your mother or father gives you a present, a gift that you have done something good. A present can be a recognition of something, a gift. That is one present, right? But there is another present, is that present means present, future, past. Present means to be living in this moment. So the whole book talks about this. So in what is that great learning that this book can teach? Learn to reward yourself. This is one of the fundamental things that book this teaches. It's a very, very important, particularly for all of us, because we are part of a very big satsang. And in being satsang, you cannot be inactive. Some service are always there for us to do. Something or other always will be there, either in the listening mode or preaching mode, teaching mode, drawing mode, talking mode, something. Devotional service, thanks to Srila Prabhupada, is a very active thing. So when you're doing things, you have to learn on how to reward yourself. What do you mean by rewarding yourself? It's not, doesn't mean that to become proud. To reward yourself means you should be able to position yourself to reward yourself, in the sense that any service that is given to you, you should try to do the best that you can in your capability. Okay, once you do that, you yourself will have an inner satisfaction that I have worked to do this service to the best of my ability. That is rewarding yourself. Once you do that way, whether somebody recognizes you or not, it becomes immaterial to you. So somebody has given you a service, you do that service. Somebody has asked some devotee to do a kirtan, for example, at the beginning of the session. If he does it to his heartfulness, if he does it with satisfaction, and he offers it to Krishna, so that means he's rewarding himself for that. He doesn't have to have somebody to come and praise him that you have done a fantastic kirtan, you are great, you're doing good. No need. That becomes an extra bonus. But if somebody doesn't say also, no problem, because you yourself have rewarded yourself about what you have done. But for us to reward ourselves to what we do, we have to put the best thing that we can. Then we will be in a position to reward ourselves. So the elderly person says, do not outsource your happiness to others. If you do not know why people suffer from a lot of problems in satsang, at children level, middle youth level, at an elderly level, all this problem is common. People always complain, not always, quite a few devotees complain that I do so much of service, I don't get recognition. Even though they do so much of service, they're so good at devotion wise, still they suffer because they don't know how to reward themselves. They don't know how to present themselves on what they do. If we do present ourselves, if we do reward ourselves on what we do, then we don't have to worry whether our yatra leader or our teacher is calling us on stage to give, oh, you have done a great job. It doesn't matter, because you yourself are satisfied. But to do that, I repeat, that we must be able to put the best effort possible. If you are not putting the best effort possible consciously, it's very difficult to reward ourselves, right? So to give present yourself is a constant thing in life, not only in devotional satsang, even in our material education. Sooner or later you'll go to the jobs. This is a fantastic thing to do it. Suppose for us, for example, if I do something which is assigned to me to the best of my ability, I don't have to be worried whether my boss recognizes me or not. Well, if he says that you have done a good job, it's fine, but it doesn't matter. And this also helps us not to get carried away with the glory or with the appreciation that we get, because no other's appreciation matter to us than getting our own self-satisfied. And then of course the elders give blessings, the elder gives us a reward and present, it matters. But this is the fundamental thing. Don't look for somebody to reward you, look inward to reward yourself, and do everything that you can in your life, so that you can continuously reward yourself that you have done this, so let me be happy. And next is most important thing, which even though I'm telling you, even though I remember this, I always fall flat in applying this, but I'm still trying to continuously improve on this. Live in present. Live in present. That means this moment you are doing something, you do that. Living in present gives us what is the most needed thing of what is known as concentration. A lot of us struggle, that we say that mind is wavering. Mind wavers because we don't live in that present. Present means live in that present moment. If we are doing chanting, try to live in that present moment of chanting. If you are studying for exam, live in that present moment of chanting. If you are watching a movie, enjoy that movie, live in that present moment. Don't look for past or future. So living in that present moment means focusing on what you do. So we should always remember that live in this present, live in this present, live in this present. So even when we are doing chanting, when we are doing in this prayer, we have to live in that present, and then we can feel that being what it means by present. Like we chant, one of the good example I take benchmark myself, whether I'm living in the present or not. When I chant the Namaste Narasimha prayers in the morning, there are two or three lines, right? Ito Narsimo, Parato Narsimo, Yeto Yeto Yami Tato Narsimo, Bahe Narsimo, Hridaye Narsimo, Narsima Madim Sharanam Prapajye. There it says Narsima is there everywhere, not only inside, not only outside, even wherever I'm going, he's there. So if I'm living in that present and I'm chanting this Narsima prayer, the feeling that I get is very intense, because I feel the presence of Narsimha Dev. Not only inside, outside, he's coming with me everywhere, wherever I'm going. That is living in present. Otherwise, if we don't live in present, and if I just chant the shloka, even though I may be chanting very nicely, it doesn't matter. Doesn't make any sense, because I'm not living in that present moment. So this book present teaches these two fundamental things: to reward yourself, to be able to do such activities in such a way so that we can present ourselves, and to always live in present moment, moment of time, to moment of time, rewarding yourself. And so if you apply both these things in your life, then when you love, then you start loving your work. Here work means work or service. When you are in devotional, when you do, it becomes devotional service. In the material world, it's work. When you start loving your work, you work no more. That means you will not work no more. Work will not tire you. Work will actually give you more impetus. The very good example of this is, of course, a role model for many of us here in this yatra, Srila Prabhu. Srila Prabhu, for him, working for satsang gives him more energy. That's why he's always like a machine, like a powerful engine, like a 10 horsepower engine who always goes. For him, work gives him, he doesn't work. He no more works, because the work gives him, for me, work drains. For me to do a service, I get tired. But Srila Prabhu, for him, work means, for him, he gets more energy. Why? Because he's in a position, he's not dependent on anybody to reward him, because he does a thing in such a way, it is so good, and then he lives in that present moment. And because he's there, he loves his work, and he doesn't work anymore. For him, it is just a way of life. So this is one very good thing, and this eventually will lead us from have to do to that I must do to I want to do joyfully. Whether it comes to chanting, I have to chant, oh, because my mother is saying, my father is saying that, oh no, I have told my friend that I'm chanting 2 rounds a day. Oh, I must do because I have told, otherwise because I vowed myself, I must do, let me finish it. Then if you are in a position to reward yourself and you live in present and you work no more because you love that work, that is chanting, I want to do. It's not that I have to do. It's not that I must do. No. But I want to do myself. I want to joyfully perform what is given to me, what is available to me. Then you are in a state to present yourself, giving a reward for yourself in every moment of your life. And this is what Dr. Spencer Johnson, who is himself a psychiatrist and a great doctor, very famous doctor, he has written this book based on his many experiences of treating psychiatric patients who come to him very frustrated, dejected, So it's a very wonderful book. So first message is things that matter most should not be things that matter least. And next is you have to be able to present yourself every moment of your life. For that, you need to live in that moment. You have to do the service in such a way that you should yourself be able to reward yourself. Nobody needs to tell, oh, you have done well. You don't have to hanker for that recognition, because hankering for that recognition means that we are getting away from our humility. Humility, the very definition of humility is that our tendency to curb the tendency to get that hankering to get rewarded. If we can curb that, in devotional service, we can progress very well, because in devotional service, even for very seasoned devotees, that hankering for recognition halts the devotion, at least decelerates the devotional progress for many reasons. So kindly kids, I'm just trying to tell you this. This is a thing that I liked in my life. I try to practice to the extent possible, and it has helped me more so in my material life. Whatever little success I've got in my material life is because I try to practice this, and people around me also recognize that I do some practice these kind of things of not dependent on getting a reward from some self. And eventually what this will let you do is you will be happy to reward others than getting a reward. That is the happiest state to be in life, that you are more happy to reward somebody than expecting a reward from others. So that is the highest level of thing, and this book is a very great book that will tell you. So one, we talked about biblical code which His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj has given, and these are the other lessons of thing. And then last week Subha Mataji has told about this wonderful thing of change. Change is a constant in life, and that is change. And there is another book by Spencer Johnson called Who Moved My Cheese. Basically, this also talks about change. We don't have much time, but this book basically tells that if we know that change is change is a constant thing in life, there is change always that is happening. It helps us to, there are three fundamental things that will tell. One is that when we are going through difficult times, it will give a ray of hope. Everything will change, sir. Don't worry. I'm having difficulty, everything will change. When I'm going through good times, this statement that everything will change means that even good times may go. So how am I going to prepare myself for those challenging period in my life? And how I am not going to get carried away by this good thing. And third important thing is that it always helps me to think ahead, to have plan B in my activities. If this doesn't work, what am I going to do the other way around to achieve what I want to achieve? This is a big topic by itself. There's a very nice presentation. If there's any other opportunity in any time, I will run through that whole presentation. It's a very eye-opening thing. I have read this book many times. It's one of the best sellers, and many millions and millions and millions of people around the world have read this, and hundreds and thousands of organizations have made this book as a part of their management study on how do we prepare to take our life to manage and adjust and adopt to that change, because it is a very important thing for you to learn, because now you are in a wonderful phase of your life of being cocooned in Damodar Desh within the Dridha Bhakti, getting fantastic teachings, fantastic love, fantastic care, fantastic mentoring. But it may not stay long. You have to go, you have to leave your home, you have to go out and face the world. At that time, how do you manage it? So we need to be always be guarded, change in life. Because even Srila Prahlad Maharaj also is telling in his shloka, this is very temporary world. So change is a most important thing that we need to be always be. Or three things. It will help us to plan future. It helps us to be a plan B of action. It helps us to give hope in bad times. It helps us to be prepared and not to get carried away in our times of difficulty. So these are the important things. And last message that I wanted to give, sometimes we have a tendency when we are in the satsang, because some statements of Srila Prabhupada, we take it without context and try to despise the knowledge, worldly knowledge. Please do not do that. Please do not get into that habit of despising the worldly knowledge. Know the futility in the spiritual context. The material knowledge which you get in schools, colleges may not help you directly to get back to Godhead, may not sometimes help you to be in Krishna consciousness. That is correct. That's a statement is right. But that doesn't mean that we despise it, we don't like it, we don't want to do it. No, we must do it. We have to do it. We want to do it because ISKCON needs educated people as well. Many more. You all have to go. You have to be recognized, well recognized in the society. And then you can have a power of influence on people. You can be role model. So don't despise that knowledge. Know the futility, but still get it, because we are in the material world. We have to do certain things. It is needed as long as we are in this material world. Without material knowledge, material world, You cannot despise. You cannot live, and you cannot make your own ends meet. So how can we be mega influencers or influencers? If you see all the mega influencers now, Amarendra Prabhu, he must be an ideal for all of you. He has done his MS electrical engineering in US. He's done his MBA. Gauranga Prabhu, Gaur Gopal Prabhu, Radhesham Prabhu, so many, the second, third generation of devotees in ISKCON are extremely well read. Yeah. So the first generation of devotees where Srila Prabhupada picked, it was at that time there was no time for him, and they were directly picked up from Srila Prabhupada. That means they already known to be having all the worldly knowledge, because they were empowered by and touched, empowered and directly mentored by Srila Prabhupada. So they didn't have to go to universities. Even among them, Srila Prabhupada asked some of them to go to universities. So please do not get that despising attitude for the worldly knowledge or education. Don't say that this is a hell to go. No, it is looking a hell to go because we don't know how we can utilize it for our Krishna consciousness, how we can dovetail it to Krishna consciousness. If you do that, then that also, going to the school and college also becomes a devotional service, because in 927 Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is telling, Yet karoshi yadashnasi yet juhosi dadasi yet tapasasi kaunteya tat kuru swamadarpanam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So 4 key messages. One message is that things that matter most should not be at the mercy of things that matter least. Next message is live in present, reward yourself so that you don't have to wait for somebody to reward you. And then you go to a stage where you love your work. When you love your work, you no more work. And third, be prepared for the change, to get hope, to know what is going, not to get carried away with the good times, and to have plan B. And then the fourth message is, do not despise the worldly knowledge. Please do study. Being a good student, studying well is also part of your devotional service, because somewhere or other it is going to help you in your devotional service. But don't think that that's the only solution. Our solution is chanting. Our solution is the progression in the spiritual way. But by the side, as a parallel thing, we need to take this also. So with this, I conclude. We will do one small thing here as my offering to all of you, all of the great people who are supporting this.
Prabhuji, your voice was breaking.
It'll break, yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So this is my humble gratitude and thanks to all the devotees who are organizing this thing. So now we'll have a small quiz on what we have learned. So if you have your mobiles, be ready. This is going to be an interactive quiz. So we'll have a quick quiz in 5 minutes and then we can conclude. I hope you all... Okay. So this it's an interactive quiz. I'm sure by now all of you are familiar with these interactive quizzes. Log into kahoot.it. So I will start the quiz in. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Prabhuji, we have done this quiz many times.
Okay, very good. So you are all fantastic. Okay, 1 second. I'm logging in. It'll take only hardly 5 minutes. So okay. Let me get there.
Wait, Prabhuji, for this we need a second. Okay, nothing.
Yeah. You need a mobile if possible. Okay. So now I'll do this. Yeah. So kahoot.it is what you have to log in. And this is your PIN number. Okay, I will wait till we have 20 or 25 participants, and then I'll start the quiz.
Prabhuji, there are supposed to be 45 participants.
Yeah, okay, fine. So I'll wait. I thought only, yeah, fine, sure, no problem.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, wait, I just found my second device. I was searching for
No,
my
no problem, no problem. We'll wait, sir.
Enter game pin. 3, 4. Yes, Prabhuji, I'm in.
Yep, sure. So we will wait. We'll wait for. I'll chant 5 times. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Prabhu, once
Krishna,
again, I had a
Krishna
network issue.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Prabhuji, can you
Hare
hear me?
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare,
Prabhuji.
yes, Prabhuji.
Can you wait for like 1 minute more because internet is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
slow. So I'm
No
trying
problem,
to
no
work out.
problem. So 1 minute more, right? Yeah, no problem. We'll wait. So what are the 3 lessons? Till we are 1 more minute is there. So key points, things that matter most should not be things matter least, should not be at the mercy of things that matter least. Learn to reward yourself, be present, love your work so that you don't work anymore. And then remember about the change and do not despise the material studies. So I think the time is up. Next session may get delayed. So I will start. 35 participants are there. All
Yes,
the
Prabhu,
best.
you can start.
When you click your choices, do not forget to submit. Submitting is very, very important because this quiz is also timed. Okay. All the best. So shall I start? Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Yes,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, are you ready, guys?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, for me, my device is glitching a lot.
Pardon?
Prabhuji, like the room I'm in is like the last room of our house. So internet is bad anyways. And
Okay, no problem, no problem. You can just watch
plus
it otherwise.
Prabhu, plus, Prabhu, your screen is laggy.
Yeah.
No, Prabhuji, your screen is perfect.
No, it's
not
the screen
laggy
is
at all.
pretty good. It's not lagging.
It's good.
Yeah, sometimes
Prabhuji,
because of
it's
network.
little
Yeah.
bit lagging.
So 18 of you have scored correctly. Coward boys and girls who are the friends of Lord Krishna were considered as most fortunate by Lord Brahma himself. Very good. For those people who have not done it correctly, remember Lord Brahma himself glorified cowherd boys and cowherd girls who are friends of Krishna to be most fortunate. So you're also, if you're a friend of Krishna, you also are most fortunate. So we'll go to the next one.
Authors.
Child is the father of the man. What does this mean?
Prabhuji, I think so. By mistake, choose the wrong answer.
For me, it tells me slow and steady wins the race.
It says, let's see if you're correct. That means I'm wrong.
For me, it's saying now
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a loading page depending on what time you click the button.
Yep, I was wrong.
Okay, 31 of you have answered correct. Congratulations. the values that get instilled when we are children will carry on to our manhood. So that's
Prabhuji, there's just this small trick that many people use. For example, if there's a question and each one has one sentence like answer, but then there's one thing that's so long, mostly that's obviously the answer.
Yeah, very good. Why did you reveal that trick to everybody? Hare Krishna, you are a very good man. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Next time I'll be careful.
Buddha,
I might get this wrong.
it was not clear.
By mistake, clicked it.
Prabhuji, I'm lagged. I can't do anything.
Okay, to be honest, I don't even know what book is in the red area.
Yeah.
It is the Bible.
Exactly.
We have told this. Giriraj Maharaj, as in the watering the seed, it was told things that matter most should not be the mercy of the things that matter least. This is the core principle of today's class. And we have told that this book, this is a biblical code that Giriraj Maharaj has used to give the priorities of our life right. Yeah. So some people of devotee children have got it wrong. So kindly remember that this code is coming from Holy Bible. Yeah.
It would be better if you had written the words instead of the books.
Okay. Okay, fine. But Bible is there, right? Anyway, thanks for your feedback.
Tiny.
Okay, fine. Thank you for feedback. Oh, that's why many of you got it wrong. Okay, fine. Thanks for your feedback.
for me, Prabhuji.
Next time I'll.
No, Prabhuji, it was good.
Things that matter most should not be at the mercy of things that matter least. Choose all correct answers. It's a multi-select question.
It's trailing now. That was quick.
Guys, it's written all correct answers. It doesn't mean that everything is correct here, okay?
Read the answer so that this is a learning. It's not only quiz. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So all the right answers.
Prabhu, you made a mistake. On the top, you wrote choose all the correct answers and all of the answers.
Correct. Yeah, could be right?
It could be right, it could be wrong. It just told choose all the ones that are correct. So it might be anything.
Fine. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that way probably that would have been a correct way. Or I would have put one wrong answer. Yeah. But the question is, this code should tell us how to prioritize our task, make correct decisions, help us stay focused, help us in our Krishna consciousness.
Prabhuji?
Yeah.
What is Hana in the last question?
What is?
Hana.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Sorry. Yeah.
Look, Prabhuji, I'm hitting my false thing, but it's not clicking.
Okay, Bhavya, then don't stay in the last room. Go to the room with the Wi-Fi.
No, dude, the room with the Wi-Fi, my dad's working there.
Oh, okay, it's okay, Bhavya. You can just at least see this. So most of you got it right. When you work, love your work, you'll work no more and more. That is false. You will not work at all.
Oh my God. 32 people.
Prabhu, most of us got it wrong. 32
Yeah.
32 people.
Yeah, wrong is the correct answer. False is the right answer.
Oh, yes.
This is easy.
Prabhu, your screen is lagging a lot for me.
Yeah, because of the internet problem for your end.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, this is easy because both the books you told us, the author was same.
Prabhuji, I think everyone has already answered.
I remember.
No, Bhavya.
Very good. So this also means that all of you were present when I'm presenting this presentation. That's why you got Dr. Spencer Johnson right. Very good. Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Again, I think this is more as an education, not more than a quiz. Try to read those lines and that should instill in your mind.
Prabhuji, have you made like a lot of kahoots before?
I'm not able to hear you, Bhavya.
He's asking you, did you make a lot of Kahoot before?
Little bit. I'm just learning.
Yeah, because you're using some of those tricks of like long sentences.
All four are correct. I put is not to test you, but to repeat the message that I was trying to give. Yeah, living in present is living in the present moment, not look for the past. Don't hanker for praise because you reward yourself. You work in such a way that you will move from I have to I want to joyfully. Okay, we are almost coming close to the session.
Prabhuji, you have given a lot of time.
Prabhuji, I think you can skip. Everyone has answered.
Bhavya, there are 40 people
in
the quiz.
No,
there are
only
36.
There are only 36.
Wow, thanks a lot. Sorry, I think we are extending our time. I'm sorry, I just now saw the time. Sorry about it. Last question, yeah.
Multi-select. Oh my gosh. Prabhuji, I'm trying to press quickly, but it's not pressing.
It's okay, but Bhavya, you just watch it because I think you have a problem with the device.
Oh, yeah, cheese.
Prabhu, I guess you can skip because everyone has done.
Okay, these are the 4 important messages. If you go through difficult times, you get hope. If you are going to good times, it helps us to prepare for the challenging time. The change means to improve. Always plan ahead, have alternatives. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shreya, Ishani is 3, Anirudh is 2, and who is the fast? 8 out of 9, okay. Krish. So can all 3 of you switch on your videos and then we'll say Hare Krishna. Nikita 4 and Jesh is 5. Very big thanks. Sorry, I overshot my time. Sorry, organizers. I overshot my time, and thanks a lot for giving the feedback on the quiz. I'll improve next time. I'm a very new beginner for the Kahoot quizzes. Can the winners come on board? Video on. Say Hare Krishna.
My video is on. Hare Krishna.
Quickly, we don't have much time. 1, 2, 3. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. What happened to the winners?
Prabhuji, I'm there.
Yes,
Prabhuji, in 5th question, I got it correct. Still, I straight went to 13th place.
Okay, fine. Hare Krishna. Thanks a lot.
Place.
Take care, guys, and have a nice time. And remember these lessons learned today. I'm stopping the sharing of the screen. And a very big thanks. Again, I will capture the chat thing. 1 second. Just give me, organizers, please just give me 1 more minute so that I will capture the chat thing. And I'll read it and get back to the organizers on what I've seen, your comments and the learnings that are to be learned by me. And once again, a very big thanks. Again, apologies, I overshot my time. Shouldn't have been done. But somehow I didn't see the time today. Hare Krishna. Thanks a lot, Rajalilanath Prabhu. Thanks a lot, Anuradha Vrajagopi Masadi, for giving me this opportunity to be with your wonderful kids. Aho bhagyam Nanda Gopa Vrajaukasam Yen Mitram Paramanandam Purnam Brahma Sanatanam. A big thanks for giving this opportunity and letting me share something valuable, I hope, to the kids that they'll remember throughout their life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. That was wonderful presentation. And you came like the Lord Brahma today. and telling the children that oh bhagyam, oh bhagyam. So then, yeah, so then that way they should relate always. Yeah, so then you are a perfect guide, and I hope that will carry, including me. So then, that will carry your instructions in our life, and that was wonderful message. Thank you very much for guiding, and we look forward to have more of your sessions with Dridha Bhakti in coming days. Thank you.
Prabhu, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Prabhuji. It was
Prabhuji.
a very
Hare Krishna.
wonderful session.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.